Hi guys, welcome back for another video. I'm Jess and I'm one of the creative designers here at Sizzix. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a garden party make, perfect for labelling any of your goodies that are on your celebration table. They could even be name cards, anything like that. And I'm going to be using two dies from chapter 2, which are the layered summer florals and the pattern butterfly. Two gorgeous dies, perfect for summer, spring and loads of celebrations. Make sure you stay tuned to the end and I'll be sharing a discount code with you guys. And don't forget to like and comment on this video and check out all our other videos across all of our social media. So let's jump right in. Okay guys, so to start off, I am going to be using our patterned paper pack. So this is a really gorgeous patterned paper pack. It's all double-sided. You get multiple patterns in there and multiple colours, and they all relate to our main core cardstock colours, so they're all part of our colour story. So there's some really stunning ones in there, so depending on what you're doing, what colour scheme, anything like that, you should have something that suits within this paper pack. So I'm going to take a yellow piece and I've already cut it down to size. I'll quickly measure. I just took the A4 side and then I did it to roughly about 4.5–5 centimetres, and you're going to want 2 of those, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to concertina fold them because we're going to make a rosette base, okay? So you could do this by eye if you wanted to, that's absolutely fine, or you can sort of measure and score along each line so you know exactly where you're going. To be fair, this side, which is the gingham check side, is really helpful for that. So literally I could just measure it up and take my fold and form tool, which I'm using. I often use that for flower making, but it's really nice to use for stuff like that. So I can just go along there and then turn it over and then score again. So you kind of want to fold it on one side, turn it over, fold it on the other side, and you're going to end up with this kind of zigzag shape or pattern. So I'll just do a couple more. And once you get confident, you might not need to score each line, which is fine. Doesn't have to be perfect, especially if you're making several of these. It'd be a lot quicker if you didn't score the lines. I'm just checking that I've done those in the right place. There, one there. Let's just do one more. And then you want to go all the way down until it is all folded in concertina, like a fan pattern, all the way down until you have something that looks like these, okay? So you want 2 of those folded in exactly the same way and the same size, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to curve those around and we're going to join them up either side. So I think I'm going to have the gingham side showing mostly, but I'm going to make these double-sided, so it's completely up to you. And I think if I just pop some glue, you could use express glue if you wanted to. I'm just going to use my hot glue gun because it's on, and I'm going to use it for a few other steps. And it's a lot quicker, but you can use express glue if you want to. So I'm going to join it up, so I've got one really long one, and then I'm just going to go around in a circle and join it up on the other side. Don't worry if it pops up like that, and don't worry that you've got a hole in the centre. That's perfectly fine. We're going to cover that anyway. So again, just apply a little bit of hot glue, curve it round, and attach that. Pull away any glue gun strings you have, and there we go. And we have that rosette shape. That's going to naturally pop up like that, but that's absolutely fine. How I'm going to stop that is I'm going to take some of our circle framelits dies. So our framelits are basic shapes, they all sit within each other, so you have from small to large, they come in squares, rectangles, scalloped circles, loads of different shapes, but I'm just going to use plain circles today. And I'm just going to pop those out. I have pre-cut one, but I want two, I think. So I'm going to cut my other one, and checking the size that I've actually used. I think I've used this one. Yeah, so I'm just cut it from a smooth cardstock. This is actually the smooth cardstock from the Opulent Ivory set, just because I wanted it slightly creamy texture, but any smooth white or cream cardstock will do. I'm just going to pop that through my Switch Plus machine. I'm going to feed that through, and actually, because I'm only cutting one piece, I'm just going to let it go through and then press the reverse button because I just want that small section cut. There we go, let's switch that off. And then we have our circle. Okay, so we've got our circle perfectly cut out. That's what I really like about these framelits. They're super easy to use and really versatile, and you feel like you need circles for everything. You can draw around something and then cut it out by hand, but this way you get a perfect circle every time, which is great. So you're going to want two of those, and there's two different ways I'm going to highlight the edges, and it's up to you which one you prefer. So the first one I'm going to use is some of our Distress ink. This is a sponge sugar, so a nice pink, light pink colour, and I'm going to take our multi-tool with the Distress, not the Distress head, the blending head attachment on there. I'm just going to rub that in the ink, and then I'm just going to apply the ink just to the very edges, okay? So just to pick up that edge. Okay, and just keep going round all the way. And obviously you can change up the colour depending on what your colour scheme is. I'm going for a pink and yellow theme here, but just change up the colour of the ink, and you just want to just highlight that edge, and it's just going to really make it look really professional and really finished off, and it's really quick and easy to do. So we've just got that all highlighted with that pink shade around the edge. Or another option is to take some of our luster wax. So again, pick a complementary colour to your colour scheme. I'm going to use the rose gold shade, but we do have gold and silver. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger, and I'm just going to rub that again in the same way, literally around the edge. Just to highlight that edge. And you can blend it out with a clean finger a little bit and make that nice and blended. And then just keep going all the way around, okay? Until you are happy with how it looks, and you'll end up with something that looks like that. So you've got all the edges covered, just slightly into the centre, and it really just finishes that off. So there's two different options depending on whether you want something a little bit more metallic, whether you want to pick a plain shade. I'm just going to take a wipe and wipe off my fingers. If I was near a sink, I'd just get this off with soap and water, but wipes work really well for that. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that down, and then we can start to think about our circles that we're going to place on top. I think I'm going to have the rose gold one at the front. So my front is going to be that gingham side, and I'm literally just going to not get glue everywhere. Place some glue. Don't have to be neat about this. Loads of glue towards the centre. And then just place that as close to the middle as you can and press that down. Okay, so there we have that rosette shape that you're all familiar with, I'm sure. And then we're just going to do exactly the same on the other side. I'm going to have pink on this side, but I would normally match them. But it doesn't have to match, it's fine. Again, lots of glue. And then just place that down. Like so. Okay, so we've got our base that we can now work off, and now we can bring in those dies that I showed you at the beginning. So where are they? Here we go. So the pattern butterflies and the layered summer florals, flowers, sorry. They are both from chapter 2, both really nice summer, spring dies, and really, really easy and versatile to use. So I'm going to do a mixture. So I'm going to do flowers on one and butterflies on the other, because I've actually pre-made a pink one as well. So I've got my yellow and my pink one. I'm going to put a die on each. So I've started to think about my butterflies. I've actually pre-made one, and then I've pre-cut a lot of the elements just to make it a little bit easier and a little bit quicker. Okay, oh, they're all attached to part of my glue gun. There we go. And what I've done, because they're quite fiddly pieces, both of these dies are, they can be quite intricate. I've actually popped some adhesive sheet onto the back of the cardstock that I used, and then cut them with that adhesive sheet on the back. So it means that I don't need to use glue, and it's really clean and easy to use, and I'm not going to make any mess with any glue. So that is what I've done here. And I'm literally just going to peel off the back and arrange these. I have got my tweezers if I need them for the more intricate stuff, particularly if you haven't got nails or long nails. You might need your tweezers on hand, and you can just layer those up like so. So this is the pattern butterflies. There are several different butterfly shapes and sizes in that set, but I've just used the smallest one because I want 2 butterflies on my rosette. Okay. Oh, I've done that on the wrong side. And you can have a lot of fun personalising these and changing them up and making the colours suit your colour scheme. And the good thing about these is the centres or the body shapes fit all sizes of butterfly, so you don't have to have multiples to fit the smaller and the larger ones. They all fit the same. Okay, so we've got our 2 butterflies. I think I am happy with those. I'm just seeing if I've got my fold and form. I'm just going to take the wings and just curve them ever so slightly, like so, and give them a bend so they're nice and 3D or 3-dimensional on my on the front of my rosette, like so. Okay, and I think they're going to go on the pink one, but I'm going to pop those to one side, and I'm going to do the floral one. So again, with that layered summer flowers die, so we've got all the pieces. I'm just going to make up that large flower, and it's really, really easy because you just have your base piece, and then you have another piece that cuts out all of the top layering elements pretty much, and there's embossing along all of the base pieces, so you know exactly where to put everything, which is great. Again, I've done exactly the same. I've placed that adhesive sheet on the back to make my life a little easier. Oh, I'm having a bit of a nightmare with glue gun strings attaching to everything. There we go. Okay, so just place those along those embossed lines. You can use the packaging for reference as well if you're struggling. Sometimes I struggle with my eyes to see some of the lines, but just take your time and layer everything up. Right, there we go. And then there's a little centre piece that I've cut from a slightly ivory colour. All the colours I'm using, by the way, are a mix of our core cardstock pack and our muted cardstock pack, so you can mix and match all the colours that you have. And then the only other little thing that I'm going to do is to layer up those foliage pieces. Again, there's embossed lines for all of those foliage pieces that come in that die set, so it's super easy to layer up. So I'm just doing these bits around here. But to be honest, you don't have to do these bits if you prefer to have them without. Okay, one more piece. I'm quite impressed that I've managed to do that all without my tweezers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend these ever so slightly just to curve them up so they've got a little bit of dimension. And then I'm going to pop some foam tape along the back of that main flower because I want that slightly raised. Like so. But I am going to glue at least this piece down first. I'm going to concentrate it in the bottom corner. So let's pop that bit down there. And then that flower is going to sit here. And then what you can do is you can kind of pick it up and place those other leaves underneath the foam, and that'll keep them in place. Okay, so we've got that one on there. Let's just make sure we've stuck down those other butterflies. So again, we just some foam tape. I always say this, guys, but the foam tape is super easy to use because you can just rip it. I could glue these down, but I just want a little bit of dimension, I think, so it just works really nicely. And then peel that off, pop that there. Okay, so they're almost finished. We just now need to label them, and obviously that depends on what you're going to use them for, whether you're going to use them as food labels, we can pop them on sticks, which I'm going to show you, or you could even pop them on ribbon, or they could be name place cards on everyone's table setting. They could be on little pegs and popped on little gift bags. So it's completely up to you, depending on whether you're writing a food, whether you're writing a name or something like that on there. You can hand write it, but what I've actually done is I've taken one of our essential dies, and this is essential type. So this is a really fantastic alphabet. You have all of the uppercase and lowercase letters, so you should have everything that you need. And I've actually pre-cut mine from some of our rose gold opulent cardstock to match that rose gold theme, and I'm literally just going to take those out and pop those on. Again, I've popped that adhesive sheet on the back to make life a lot easier. And then I'm going to keep going and place all these on, and then instead of you watching it, we're just going to cut to them being all finished and all done. Okay, and that's the last one. So there we go, guys. You have two gorgeous rosettes, perfect for labeling any food at your celebration table or any garden party or anything like that. And what's really nice is you can actually turn these over, and then I could have the specifications of maybe ingredients if you're worried about having those on display, or the certain types. So I've got cupcakes here, but if I just turn that over, and then I could have like bullet points. I could have vanilla cupcake with strawberry icing or chocolate cupcake, anything like that. So you could go into a little bit more detail of what you've got on your table at your garden party or celebration. I think the last thing that I need to do is just pop some skewers in just to finish it off. What you can do though is, I wanted to highlight before I do the skewers, is if you're popping them on a mason jar or even around a napkin or something like that, what you can do is pop your ribbon around whatever you need it for, and then you can just literally glue that onto the front of your ribbon, and then it means you can attach that to anything you like. So I would just literally attach my ribbon onto the back. It means that it can't be double-sided, so that is a downside of that. But if you're using mason jars for things like jars of sweets, that's a really good way of doing it, because you might not want them on skewers. Okay, so let's just turn these over, pop my skewers in, and we'll be good. So I just pop a dollop of glue inside and then pop that skewer in like so. Super easy, just make sure it's in the right place so it's not upside down. Oh. There we go. Oh, gorgeous rosettes ready to pop on any table. Obviously I've done mine in pink and yellow, but I do have some in a different colorway for any other celebrations you might have coming up. So we've got, you can see that I've gone for a sweet tooth theme today, but when I did make these, I've popped upon things that are a little bit more healthier. So I've popped on the salad and the pasta, so you pop those into little bowls, and I've done a red and blue theme that would be perfect for the Platinum Jubilee coming up in the UK, or even maybe 4th of July in the US. So there's definitely options to change up your colour scheme to fit whatever you are celebrating for your garden party this spring and summer. So that is everything from me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget that if you do get your hands on anything over on the Sizzix website that I've used and shown today, then make sure to use that discount code Jess20. That is JESS20, and that'll give you some money off. And don't forget to like and comment on this video, share any photos of maybe these that you've recreated or anything that you've made for your garden party this summer. I'd love to see it, and we all love to see it here at Sizzix. So that's everything from me today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one, but until then, stay safe and keep crafting. Thanks, bye.